All right, fine. You're thinking that unless Freddy's correct and this is just a haha, now we have you type thing, this could be some kind of fucked up test. See where you're at, see how much you know about their situation, all that kind of shit. It could be a fucking test. How well can you navigate fucking royalty, all that kind of shit. They're always fucking testing in Amber, always fucking pushing the next boundary. Yeah, God, you missed the screams.
So so this is an idea. Like I'm sure they have this kind of thing, but we could actually look for we could bring her a fucking pony, like from Shermer. Do you know what their colors are? And we could give it barding of those colors from their house.
The barding might be tricky because in Shermer they don't normally keep pony armor on hand.
No, what? Just like blankets, barding. Not
barding.
Is it armor?
Barding is horse armor.
Oh.
Blankets are different. Blankets are blankets. You can get blankets of whatever colors. That's fine.
But Logan did Trevor and Miss Stone, were they wearing any particular colors when I saw them? You didn't say anything, so.
True, but that's a good question. I'll tell you right after this important commercial message from Spam. Next question is, of course, do you have enough money to actually buy fucking
we have
pony?
Almost 1,000 gold between us.
Oh yeah, you got enough money to buy a fucking pony. All I have is all these lousy gold coins. Sure. Let's see. Black and silver.
Black and silver.
Black and silver. That's the house colors. Make a note of it. Somebody will find that fucking useful. Oh, that's why they... No, Logan was wrong. I remember why they were fucking kicking Freddy's ass out. Got it.
Oh, it's because of the mark.
The mark, you say?
Mm-hmm. They were a bit concerned about it.
You think so?
Wasn't Duck with us when we did all that? I don't remember.
Well,
it wasn't because of etiquette.
So?
Yeah. I thought Doc really knew about that. That's why I didn't mention it. Speaking of which, no one has yet been able to identify what the fuck this mark is. Now, since you're able to do perceived magic and stuff, can you have a look?
What thing? Oh, the little ball thing?
No, the death mark that's been put up on me.
I look at him to see if there's high magic on him. No, there's no high magic on you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Cool.
That's what they all said.
So, are you going to go buy a pony?
Now, if we buy one, are we able to... Is it small enough for us to trump it there?
Trump? No.
Yeah.
Regular Trump? No.
Trump gate?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Unless it freaks the fuck out.
I look at... I'm going to do a detailed analysis pattern on him to see if it's a pattern thing.
First, give me a sense pattern to see if you can detect the subtle auras of the pattern. If you make that, then you can try to detect a detailed analysis pattern. You're going to try an extra skill for free. That's how it was supposed to work, but I forgot about that, so... I detect there's probably a little bit there.
Oh, that was analyzed.
No, where's your detect? I'd like a detect power pattern, please, in order to get any information with the analyze power pattern. You must first feel it, then you know it.
And then clap my hands?
Maybe. You feel it, you know it. Some sort of fucking, it's like a mark. You remember in Nero, the mark you could stick on somebody?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
It pretty much, you didn't get detailed, but yeah, that's good enough for an analyzed power pattern. He's got like a spirit mark equivalent on him. Should follow him even after death. Good deal. So, what about that pony if you're wanting to go for a fucking pony? Going for pony?
I think it's a good idea.
I have no opinion. Up to you guys.
Going back to the whole, they have to feed it, it might freak out, it might die.
They're royalty. They can figure that shit out. Plus, they use horses. They use horses because the reason I've been asking you guys to learn how to ride horses is because technology doesn't always work. So that's the easiest way to travel through shadow is through horses.
Yeah.
You've been asking them to ride horses? They've been ignoring your ass, I'll tell you what.
For you.
I'm a hobbyist. I can ride it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
Cool.
Yeah, if you think it'll survive the journey, sure. I can take the horse and the broomstick.
All right. So, give me the luck roll to make over to the embassy from where you're at.
No, we're gonna leave the fortress first, go back into human form, and then jump to the embassy.
Take a card for not letting Logan have any fun. And, right, give me a luck roll. Right, you guys automatically revert into your human forms. Who knows where the clothes go and then they come back. It's just one of those hand wave things. So, you guys, or give me the luck roll there, Freddie.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, and you get back there. You send fucking Elwyn down to get a goddamn broomstick. He is not at all happy with you. Comes puffing back with the fucking broomstick and shit, wiping off some fucking troll blood or something on him. There you go. There's your broomstick. You clean it up, polish it up, ready to rock. So now you got Nimbus 2000 over one shoulder, and you guys are ready to go on to the next phase of your operation, which is going by.
Elwyn.
Hi.
Question.
He looks surprised to be asked something as opposed to sent back to the fucking dungeons.
So, I mean, what kind of things did people bring for your kids when they were younger? Like,
I didn't get shit. Diapers, mostly stuff like, I remember, well, I don't have any kids. My sister, she's got kids. And we brought her like pre-made meals, and we had people that went over there and would watch the kids and stuff, so she could get some free time. And of course, baby clothes. Baby clothes are big because they go through a lot.
So, like no, like embassy function type gifts.
What she's been getting for that? We've been mostly keeping the kids out of it. I mean, sometimes they get like toys and stuff that are, cleverly crafted so they do things and all that. I think she got a music. One of the kids got a music box once.
Hey, Elwyn, if you had to build a lift to the King of Beastkin, what would you give them?
Who's the King of Beastkin?
Daughter.
Who's the King of Beastkin?
Sorry, the King of Genovia.
Probably nothing. I think he and his whole family have died.
Back when they were alive.
Oh, they're harder to buy gifts for when they're alive. I don't know. I heard that the princess was quite adventurous and stuff. I'd have probably given her like I don't know, maybe some riding jobbers or something. Why?
I was curious.
Oh,
Thank you.
Kidding.
sure.
I appreciate your time, sir.
You're trying to buy somebody. Are you going to buy me a gift? Oh, he says, wow. Gosh, I'm really touched. I've never had anybody like trying to buy anything for me. Picked a weird way to bring it up, but I appreciate it. I'll just let it be a surprise.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
All right. He looks really touched. He's never going to see that fucking gift, and we all know it. But anyway, so, right, where do you guys head to now?
Off to Shermer.
Alright.
All right.
We'll need to exchange gold first for money. So, yeah. Sure.
All right.
Well for that.
You guys go over to Shermer with the, and no problem. You bring in a whole bunch of gold coins that make the people go, huh? As they look at these strange coins and whatnot, and test them out and all that. You're going to your normal, I buy metal guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. He's like, look, I can't keep up with the amount of stuff you're bringing me here. I'm going to have to give you less because you're bringing me too much. I'm getting a stockpile of it.
Oh, if you prefer, we can go to your competitor down the road.
Oh, thank God. Yes, please.
Sure.
Cut to, you're back in the fucking shop with the guy in the wife beater t-shirt. He's like, welly, look what the cat dragged in, he says.
No, not him.
Oh,
Look,
which competitor?
an actual jeweler. An actual metal.
You don't know. You're thinking that you can just walk into drawers and with a fistful of gold, and they're all like, "Yay!" I mean, it doesn't work like that. They use very little gold. Do you know how much is in a ring? Like less than a coin worth. How many rings do you have to custom make, dude? I mean, 3 a year, 5 a year, 20 a year tops. And you're like, look, I got another fucking couple gold bars. And they're like, oh, for Christ's sake. Every week this guy shows up with gold bars.
Well, I thought we had more than one.
No, you got the one. And then you've got 2 evil hicks that give you some money.
No, not going to the Hicks.
The hicks love getting the money. They're willing to take as much as you want to sell.
No. We'll stick with the one guy. It's fine. I thought there was more. My mistake.
You come back in. He stresses out again. And cash for gold. There it is. How many gold coins?
Let's do...
Try to do just a little less than you need so you have to come back.
I'll do 100.
Okay, so times grams equals... Okay, and give me a bargain roll. He's trying to get a lot less than there. He's going for like $7,000 or something for all of it.
Chris, can you trade me something? And I'll play the assistant 5 on myself, technically. So you know what I mean. Just give me a card.
Do you want a skill 5 and play it?
Sure, yeah. Just drop it.
Come on, fumble that bargain roll. All right. Equals.
How much was that?
Let's see. And you said how many coins? Sorry.
100.
100 equals times. He gives you $10,000 and says, "Look, I like the business and stuff, but try to give me more time between, okay?" I don't know where you're getting all this stuff, but I'm just getting it melted down as quick as possible. I figure it may be a little hot, but holy Christ, he says, come on, this is like years and years of supply here.
That's funny to hear a point.
Oh. Let's see. Spending hero points on money? Are you insane?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay. He pushes, it shows the $10,000 on the table, and then he puts another $10,000 next to it and goes, look, I just can't fucking keep doing this, he says.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much.
Cool. Right, now, Anybody have animal handling, horse or equine or anything to know
No, I'll just
about?
ride that shit around. I don't give a shit.
I'm a
Right.
hobbyist at it.
Yeah, it's all up to Freddie to go and find the good horse. All you know, Doc, is that they better have your fucking horse saddled up so you can just basically climb on top and ride it around until it falls apart.
That's right. I'll support you.
Okay.
I do. Look at
God
that.
damn.
Quarter.
Almost a crit. Doc's like, the horses that look good are the ones I like to ride. Look at these fucking draft horses over here. We should get her one of those, he says. Look how big it is. It's fucking huge. If she falls off this, she can just parachute. Get her the Budweiser beer, fucking Clydesdale horses. All right, yeah, Freddie's not really an expert on horses, like apparently fucking Fulton almost became, but he's like, this pony here looks like the right one. Fulton's like, yeah, okay. Now, for the pony, the special blankets and stuff in the correct colors, possibly some fucking bows and shit like that, all that shit together. What?
And food.
How do you want to carry big fucking bales of hay exactly?
Oh, okay, fine, never mind then.
Horses eat hay. Everybody knows that. Okay, so, right, you get a couple apples. There you go. They throw those in. Right, who's doing the primary bargaining?
Oh,
They're looking for 12K.
okay.
It's very crazy.
12,000?
It's very fucking pretty
A
pony.
normal horse costs 2,000.
Exactly. You bought the best fucking pony that they have. And plus, that's their asking price. You may be able to bring it down.
What are you? Okay.
I mean, they got a $2,000 horse they can sell you over there.
Okay.
Okay, that's a success. It's not quite a half, but yeah, you bring them down to 7K.
All right, there you are.
They say, "Where's your vehicle?" We'll load her right in. They look around, just shows no cars, and they're like, "We're in the middle of the country. I wonder how they got here." They slowly look at you guys like, the fuck. And one just hands you the reins and goes, "There you go."
See ya.
They just sit there and watch you guys go off like, maybe they like to walk a lot.
Okay.
You got a small bag of sugar cubes, if that helps.
No, I forgot one thing.
Oh, give me,
We're gonna have to be-
who's leading off the horse? One-handed guy or two-handed guy?
No,
Well,
I'll
you
ride it.
know how to ride. Oh,
You're going to try
ride
to
a pony?
They don't suggest it's a tiny fucking pony you got for a 5-year-old, dude. Are you wanting to sit on it? I'm not saying you'll snap its back, but I'm saying it will not be happy.
No. I guess we'll walk with it.
All right, who's leading it?
He will. I'll help.
I'll do it.
See, I help.
Now, Freddie,
That's-
you're at a plus 20.
That's-
It's a pretty tame animal. You didn't get like, I need Hellfire over there. Where's Hellfire? Okay, fine. You're not the pony thus far is not giving you any problems. You've gotten away from the farm. You've gotten behind a big copse of trees. They continue standing there watching the copse of trees to see if you guys come out the other side with the pony, perhaps in a car or something. They're very curious.
I got one important thing. We can't just bring a fucking broomstick like this. We need to wrap it up at least. Put it in some packaging. Some nice, nobody brings a present.
Actually, you might not need to wrap it. Plus, your chances of finding a wrapping paper out here in this small copse of trees.
Put it in a box at least, and wrap the box up.
Do you find a lot of broom-sized boxes in your life, Freddie? I'm just curious on this now.
It's always
Logan, you would definitely need to wrap things. You have to get you have to wrap it really nice.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well,
Birthday
it'll
pony.
be tricky on the pony, but yes, I agree. I know Freddie doesn't have a broomstick-sized boxes in his life. He can't even get a working light. So,
Or
what?
where they sell boxes and get one.
No problem. You guys are. It just shows you walking for hours down a fucking country road until you come back to the town and shit. Because The cab is sure not going to fucking work with the horse. You don't have a horse trailer, which most people who go and buy a horse in the middle of the country do with them when they get
If
there.
you want to, I'll do it. It's fine. But yeah, otherwise we'll walk with the horse.
It's up to you. You're the only one who's got the horse under control. If you give it to the doc, it may bite him and shit on him and run off.
That's fine. We'll just go through the town with it.
And then the doc will have to chase the horse. No problem. You guys eventually go over. You park the horse by tethering it outside of a shop that hasn't seen a horse tethered outside of it in like a couple hundred years. You notice that it's freaked out a bit around the traffic of the town because it doesn't have blinders on and the cars are really bothering it a lot.
I'll sit with the horse to keep it calm. Doc can go in and buy the stuff.
All right.
I'll give him the money to buy it.
It gives you a large stack of money, Doc.
Okay, I'll go in. What am I getting?
You go in, look around, wonder.
You need a box with a broomstick and wrapping paper.
Okay.
No problem. Yeah, you go in and you're trying to buy shit. Doc, would you like to try to wrap it yourself or have one of the staff wrap it?
No, I was gonna like go and find someone to wrap it for me.
They attempt to wrap it. They're really good at wrapping. This is not shape. Oh, isn't that cute? Oh, do. Bing. She wraps it up expertly for you. Would you like to buy a card? Right now you're up to $12 in wrapping paper. Cards in there are fucking $3.
No, thank you.
Very good. $12 later. He comes back with a really well-wrapped thing.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so, well, he has no more hands left to take it, I'm afraid.
No, I'll carry it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
So we have everything.
police officer comes driving up and pulls over and puts on his lights and comes over to you and he goes, "That's a mighty fine animal you have there."
Thank you. It's already been pulled over, though.
He just nods and he says, "Yeah, could I suggest maybe getting a horse trailer and some blinders and such for it? It looks
Okay.
really uncomfortable."
Okay.
All right. He goes and sits in his car. He doesn't go anywhere. He just goes and sits in his car and watches like, this should be good. He just sits back in the car and watches.
Well, the blinders might be a good idea.
Right now, you've got one of the blankets kind of wrapped over its eyes so it's blind because otherwise it's fucking freaking out from the traffic.
Alright, do we have everything we need?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we will go to a private area to jump over to the room.
You'll get a brief amount of privacy because the cop car at a distance of a quarter of a block is just slowly going with its lights on. Like, this should be good. He appears to have plenty of time to take this all in. You guys eventually get to a fairly private area where it's like one way in, so the cop knows you're going to be coming back out, but he can't see you right now, and so you pop open your trump card, and now, Freddie, you're going to have to, you need another hand. You got a horse in one hand.
Doc wants to do it, because he has trump card. So if you want to try it, if you fail, I'll try it.
First, I need the 25 or less for the willpower thing. Then the trump gate.
Okay.
With Freddy, that means another hand. Close? Yes. Doc concentrates for a long time, and then he suddenly and bravely...
Hold on, I gotta...
Bravely...
Damn it.
Nope. Your turn.
Right. Now, you've only got the one hand, Freddy.
Yeah.
It's holding reins.
I tie the reins to his hook.
Take a card, Doc. You know the end of that hook's a little bit pointy and sharp.
I'll be very careful not to poke it.
You're thinking at some point, Doc, maybe I don't know, a cork or something?
Oh yeah, I have a cork. I go into my bag, put it on. There we go.
I just take a mold down.
Alright, so willpower. Oh, there we go. And jump grades. Jump grade. Yeah, there we go.
Wow, Freddy is fucking good at this. And you guys are now in the room. There's various other people who like it's like a plain room, but it's like the room between the city and House Helgrave. There's various other people. Doc, excuse me, Doc. Roll a d6, subtract 1. You want 0. 0 is your happy place on this.
Okay.
Yes.
You lucky fuck. There is nobody else with a pony. I thought there would be several other people with ponies fucking glaring at you and shit. No, apparently you were the only one who came up with little girl, got to be a pony. So you got very lucky there. Super lucky. And yeah, you guys go through and there's like a big place to drop off gifts and such like. And you guys get to meet an interesting person. I'm kind of speeding through this because there's not much time left in the session, but I wanted to introduce you to a couple of people here. Now, you get to meet up with, both of you guys give me your courtly etiquette rolls. This is to know how to address the second cousin of a duke, for example.
Can I do normal etiquette or does it have to be?
No! Yeah, normal etiquette kicks in when you're eating, drinking, making polite conversation, but knowing terms of address, etc., very difficult.
Or if I just follow Doc's lead.
He doesn't seem to know what he's doing either. Good luck.
So courtly, I don't have that.
Nobody does. Well, some of the players do, actually. Some of the players have been skill whoring it. Because there's not enough to know. Okay. How you doing, Freddie?
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Oh.
You keep quiet a lot and smile and nod.
Pretty much. That's what I would have done anyway.
It's fair.
Of course he has that.
Uh-huh. Almost obvious, too. Don't worry, there will be an opportunity to make an etiquette roll soon.
Great.
I'd write down that skill, though. It will come up anytime you go to court. If you stay away from court, you're fine. It's like the one player complained that there's too much intrigue in the game, and I was like, you keep going, or too much politics, and I was like, you keep going to political places, doing political things, hanging out with politicians, it kind of happens.
Yeah. I hate politics, but sometimes you just can't avoid it.
Well, right now you're sticking your dick into them.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see what well, okay, that's probably a bad analogy to a 5-year-old's birthday party, but
yeah, let's not do that.
You see what I'm saying, though. You're getting into the politics now.
Yes.
It's awkward. I really thought you'd be like, we brought you a brown person.
If I still had my insanity, I would have given a pathology set.
A what?
Pathology set.
Wow, that would have been fascinating.
I guarantee you, no one else would have bought her that.
No, they would not have. Jesus.
Now you get to learn about anatomy. The inner workings of our race.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not get food delivered again?
What's that?
You not get your food delivered again?
Oh no, I managed to get it delivered before the game happened this time, which
Oh,
made me very fucking happy. It was a close call though, because I had to call the guy and try to explain it in Russian, stuff, and my Russian's really, really bad.
why
So
don't you use Google Translate? It's not
for
great, but it's
speaking,
better than
it's
nothing.
not great. Especially when you ask me a question in Russian, I have to respond. But I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to understand a little bit. Anyway, so you guys get to meet up. Fortunately, it appears that Doc is Don Juan Delanucci here. He is currently impressing a lady named Countess Matilda. She's one of the grand old dames of House Hendrake, and she is a huge stickler for protocol and etiquette to the point where, it's like she's scary into it. But the doc seems to be passing the test well because he made it by a fucking quarter. So she has deemed him acceptable. And right there, you can tell that the stock is going up a bit. She's really not into the whole live creatures thing as far as gifts, which, when you came in, everybody gets announced and, your gifts get taken by servants off to wherever the fuck gifts go. And so they had several servants lead away the pony, which was like, what the fuck is going on? So you're glad that ponies can't speak. And, but other than that, the long box is interesting. She awaits to see what is in there. Do you wish to point out that that is from your plus or from your, how are you terming Freddy? Is he a servant, a cohort, a co-worker, a minion?
Underling.
No, I gotta ask Doc. He's the one talking
Yeah.
because you said you were keeping
No,
your
no,
mouth shut
no.
and not saying anything.
No, I'm just being polite and not saying yeah.
Well, so Doc, where are you terming Freddy as? Because he will reflect on you either way. But if he is like, this is my lesser minion, then it'll be less of a. If he does anything bad, it'll be less horrible for you than this is my good friend. This is my drug dealer. I brought him along in case I need a fix.
I don't say good friend, but associate? No, because I wouldn't bring an associate to this kind of thing. So, a friend.
Oh my. No problem. You can tell Freddy that this is meaning that the eyes are on them. He's a little bit stiff in his bowing, like he doesn't really know how to bow. She gives him a disapproving glance and then gives Doc Fulton a look. He goes,
I look sheepish.
She goes, excuse me, I believe that's Countess de Winter. Excuse me. And she heads off. Somebody else you get to meet. Actually, Trevor eventually comes to meet you. He looks impressed that you came. He thanks you for coming and whatnot. He introduces you to the birthday girl. She looks upset about something, but she's 5 and entitled, and they're usually upset about something. He says, please come with me. He takes you guys off and helps you do something that you'd completely forgotten about because he is being, yes, you realize that you made a huge faux pas by coming in what you've literally walked down a long ass country road in and whatnot. He has people dress you.
I apologize profusely. I thought that other things were going to be needed here. My apologies.
Think nothing of it, he says. You can tell right now your stock isn't tanked out, but it's gonna. He says you've impressed the Countess Matilda, so that's something anyway. Although she didn't say anything about the clothing, but she notices these things. She believes that without etiquette and protocol, we're little better than beasts. And I'll leave you to get dressed. Right. Tailors help you. They help alter clothes for you guys to get into. Don't do anything strenuous in these clothes or it will pop out some of the temporary measures that they are used to size them with.
Okay.
No problem. He's kind of distanced himself a bit, like, because he's trying to entertain the other guests and whatnot. You get to meet up other people that are interesting. Is Duchess Tamaril. There's one of her daughters is of interest because empathy rolls.
Crap. Wrong button. I still made it anyway.
Cool.
By half.
Definitely. The Lady Talithorn, the daughter of Duchess Tamaril, is for some reason you can't figure out giving Doc Fulton death glare, but in a deniable fashion.
House, what did you say? Sorry.
Everybody here is the same house, dude. It's all.
What is?
Oh,
I'm sorry. What?
Talithorn it's Lady Talithorn, daughter of Duchess Tamaril. She seems to really hate Doc Fulton for some reason. She could give a fuck about, Freddie.
She's not familiar or anything?
Not at all. And let's see, there's also another daughter named Sagramar Hendrake. You're not sure what her deal is. She's just kind of there. There's a bunch of fucking people from House Jesby here.
Oh.
They seem okay. Yeah, or sorry, not a bunch. A few people from them. And people from House Jesby are being painfully polite, as are the people of House Helgram to them. There are also several people from House Hendrake here who are being painfully polite to House Jesby people. Go ahead and give me empathy rolls for all this painful fucking politeness and awkward silences.
House Jesby is being polite to us?
No, they give a fuck about you. They're being polite to House Helgram people. Oh, yeah. With your empathy rolls, those two houses are currently having a blood feud, is your guess. That's why they're being super polite to each other.
Okay.
This also does put you on call. It's like, so you notice that the little girl has several unobtrusive bodyguards that are definitely fucking keeping an eye on to make sure that nobody, including the guests from House Jesby, who would never do such a thing, but may have hired somebody else to do it so that they could go, oh my God, no, but watch for fun and maybe masturbate to it later, kill a little girl at her own birthday party, because that would be fucking monstrous.
So, looking at the little girl, like, what is she, like, she's upset. Is she looking at anything in particular, or what is...
Ooh, give me to figure it out, give me a empathy at half, because she just seems generally fucking upset.
No.
She seems upset. Like, super upset.
Is she looking at anything in particular?
She's just glaring around her. No telling what little kids are upset about. Maybe she's just having a fucking tantrum or something. Actually, Freddie, you notice that there's various people here who are keeping a close eye on you guys. You don't know who they are. Although some of them are wearing House Helgram.
What are their colors?
Some of them are wearing black and silver. Others are wearing different colors. You guys get introduced to like 112 people.
Isn't on figuring out what the girl's problem is, so unless Doc says anything, I'm trying to not, like...
Metagaming, yeah.
Ask myself, yeah.
I like it that you're not metagaming. I'd have to slap you upside the head. So, no worries. Yeah, you guys hang out at the party. The little girl, let me just check on the... Because you guys care about your gifts. So let me check. Low is good. High is bad. Middle is broomstick. Meh. Pony. Kids. Anyway,
Terrible. So
it's in the thing. Yeah, you'll be lucky to get a fucking thank you note. Anyway, the important thing though is that you guys both pick up. Let's see, Houses of Chaos, or Houses of the Courts of Chaos lore. You get a check in that, as you are pretty much just hanging out, listening to stuff, having people be really polite to you and stuff. As far as the general opinion of you guys go, Freddie, people actively, if they're from House Hendrake, actively avoid getting within 5 meters of you. You don't know why. Like, they will simply, like, oh, look at their wrist where there's no watch. I'm late, and leave.
Oh, I know why. I know why.
Okay, good. And Doc, I'm assuming you're going to separate from him at some point, just wander around and whatnot.
Sure.
Let me see how tuned in some of these people are on you. Yeah, people are like, hey, I have heard that you will be attempting to want some guy whose name you've, give me a memory at half. He's been in the long list of fucking names. No. One of the, you think he's a sir, so maybe he's a knight. He's like, he's also slightly drunk, or pretending to be slightly drunk. It's hard to tell. He says, rumor has it you'll be trying for the permission for assaying the Logorus soon. Is there any truth to that? And you notice that several other people will kind of like stop talking nearby and kind of like,
I suddenly feel like E.F. Hutton.
that's exactly what it's like.
I was like, oh, really? Oh, people are talking about me.
Yes, but is there any truth to it, man?
That I would be attempting such a thing?
That you would be attempting to gain permission from the House Sewell in order to navigate the Logorus. Permission itself is difficult enough to get, especially for one who has been raised. He does a fucking stage whisper that you're pretty sure carries a long way. Raised in the amber. Other people are like, definitely turning into E.F. Hutton. Yeah, you might want to Google an E.F. Hutton commercial sometime, Freddie. It is hilarious.
Sure.
Well, if they deem me worthy, of course I would try.
Really? Well, that's quite a modest answer, especially after the assistance that you have given in the past. Will you be asking them soon, do you think?
I think that I need to wait for my standing to be better before I ask of such a boon.
Really, I would have thought that at this point House Helgram could use all the up-and-comers it can get, especially given the situation in Borogravia.
Well, we all need to be prepared for these things, especially one as mayor from such a place as me.
He nods. Very well. Both of you guys give me standard etiquette rolls as you're drinking small, delicate flutes of champagne and what.
You fuck! I slap him on the back.
His monocle pops
Come on,
out
Mr.
into his
Monopoly.
champagne and shatters. Are you sticking with that?
I'll jump on the table, start singing shots. Come on, old man! Get up here! Don't fucking die, Logan. Hold on. I'm gonna Can you trade me for a supporter
Like
reroll
you're
for
dread.
me?
It's like, oh, I'm extremely slick. I had one drink. I go berserk. Oh, Christ.
All right, I'm gonna try that again.
Oh,
Oh yeah. I made
okay.
it.
Good. Damn. Okay. He seems impressed at your caginess about this. And he says, well, I'm sure that at some point there'll be some little service you could render to the House Wall in order to gain their permission to assay the Logos. Isn't Alex Kinley a good friend of yours? Some guy in the background who is trying to listen in and shit falls off his fucking chair, and he's like, "Ooh, excuse me." He's helped back up.
Yes. I've known Kinley a very long time.
Really? That's quite wonderful. I've heard that recently he quite easily essayed the Logos. They must make them tough where they're from, eh? What?
Well, maybe a bit, but I don't want to speak out of turn.
I heard he nearly crushed the Grand Moff's hand when he shook it. Yeah.
But he is definitely a strong individual.
Rather.
No, quite.
No. You so strong as he?
No, not quite as strong as he is.
I should say. Make the light go out where he is. Yes, fuck him. No light for him. Anyway.
He needs to bang more rocks, clearly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, in England they don't have standard electricity. You have to bang rocks together in order to generate power. Call Matt Rockbanger sometime. It'll be a treat for him. Anyway, so you talk to a lot of different people like that. People are very curious as to, what do you think you'll do for House Sewall in order to get in their good graces and things like that? And do you think that you'll be able to help out House Helgram? And what do you think of the situation in Borogravia? Those are the three big questions. It's... Yes, no, maybe. Done. Shows him slap the guy and walk off.
I am not sure how I could be of service to them.
Nor am I. House Helgren could very much use more fit men and women, of course. He looks around nervously in case one of them goes by. Within the service.
Yes, quite. Especially with the situation as it is.
Yes, exactly. You refer, of course, to the Borgravian situation, I presume?
Yes, of course.
He looks impressed at how knowledgeable you are about this. Right. Freddie, fortunately, because of your reputation, the only people who want to talk to you are the people from House Jesby. Who are you? Says the guy. He introduces himself. He says, I'm Eric Tittle.
Freddie.
Freddie Firestarter?
It's the name I go by. My real name's Aeolus.
Firestarter it is, he says. By the way, green and white are House Jesby's colors.
Okay.
He says, so, where are you from?
Oh, here and there. Traveler.
I see.
I'm with my friend over there. Oh, where did it go to? Oh, seems to have wandered off. I should probably go find him. Excuse me.
Take a card, Freddy. He's like,
I am not dealing with that bullshit.
okay. So that's your normal way of dealing with them?
Yep.
No problem. You make sure to stay out of sight of Doc Fulton at all times. Most people just kind of like either are drug off or wander off or whatever when you get close to them. So this is not too terribly hard. Doc, it's kind of like when Freddy starts moving, it's kind of like watching somebody with an invisible force shield around them, knocking people out of the way.
He's walking around with desecrated.
Yep. Okay. No problem. Pretty much, aside from your amazingly dreadful faux pas of not showing up in the correct clothing, it appears that you've done okay navigating the horrible shit here. Yeah. Although nobody said anything about you guys showing up in kind of street clothes, well, actually less than street clothes, adventure type clothing and stuff. Well, actually, no, is the back east fucking gunslinger that's been worn for a couple days. Other than that, nobody really said anything to you about it, which makes it worse. So, the party eventually is winding down. People are beginning to slowly kind of drift out. So now it's another etiquette roll from, I'm assuming you guys get back together at some point, or do you just continue chasing him around at a distance?
No, we get back together so that way we can, we need to get our other clothes back as well before we leave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they can burn them for you if you want.
Well, we need to return our clothes to them.
Yeah, well.
That we're wearing.
All right, no problem. You guys get back together to go. Oh, so you're going to take off. Are you going to slip away with the normal, polite? Thank you very much for inviting me to your party. I hope your little girl enjoys the broom and the cleaning supplies we brought. Clean. Get that child labor law going. That'd be kind of funny, actually. All right, so you guys pretty much make an early exit. No worries. You guys managed to escape the party with only some embarrassment, which for your first party is not horrible. Freddy managed to not light anything on fire this time, which is good.
Although, because I've been getting looks from her before I leave, before she's gone, I make sure to give Talathorn a little wink.
This appears to fucking... It just shows her standing there with her wine flute, and the bottom goes... And it's just at a little angle now.
Oh, at that point, I want to go say hello.
She just...
I distance myself.
Says Freddy. Takes off. She is painfully polite to you. Super duper polite.
Would you care to dance, milady?
Nobody is dancing, my lord, she says, gritting through gritted teeth and the worst smile.
Logan, there's not been any music, or there is?
There is some background music. By the way, it's being played from a minstrel's loft. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah, it's like an upstairs. Well, not upstairs, but like a balcony kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. That way you don't have to hang out with the dirty musicians, but you can still hear them. So the music is very much background.
Okay. So there's no dancing at all?
No, it's a little girl's birthday. It's all about her. Well, okay, actually it's kind of about her, but it's mostly you're thinking an excuse to go around and fucking plot and be devious and horrible to each other. That's pretty much, in your view, the actual purpose of this birthday.
Oh, okay.
As most gatherings are, is your guess here. Yeah. She says, I'm sure that I'll be seeing you soon. enough.
Oh, only if I'm lucky.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. See, makes a very polite withdrawal. Everybody is super polite, especially if they fucking hate each other. Then they can just over the top politeness. Layers of politeness. Now, Freddie, something you've noticed, give me an evidence analysis roll at a quarter.
No.
Doc, you've had more experience than Freddie has. Go forward at half, and I'll reiterate something to you. If you failed, it's okay. You can just brief Freddie later on whatever you think was going on. Okay. There's always several layers to the conversation, and a lot of times people are expected to know stuff sometimes by the silences in the conversation. It's multi-layered, and what they do and don't talk about is really important. Pretty much, it seems to Doc Fulton that the purpose of him getting brought here, since he made his evidence analysis roll at half and has had a lot of fucking experience with the Amberite thing, is to let him know that perhaps the Logris might be available to him. However, the people of House Jesby, Jesby, kind of made it clear that, by how polite and formal they were with Doc, that they're definitely going to try to kill him if he allies himself with House Helgram. And House Helgram, you're thinking they may need some sort of more highly skilled people, and even having Kinley brought up. In fact, all those random conversations with the slightly drunk knight and all that, you're wondering how much of that was actually orchestrated. Although the lady who hated you but is of this house, that does seem odd. It seems like a fart in church, kind of like, what?
I think that maybe she wanted to, she thinks that she's up and coming, and maybe me being chosen to be the next is pissing her off. But that's just what I think.
Maybe. So, you guys managed to get dressed back in your old clothing and then led to a more discreet exit area. Servants' exit area. And the servants are better dressed than you guys are right now, which is really a kick in the teeth. You're thinking that you've now gotten to... Oh, also, both of you guys get a check in a new skill, Courts of Chaos Fashions, as you've got fashions, parentheses, rich people, because the poor people, they have no fashion. So you've now gotten to see what the rich people are wearing, and maybe you can even pull it off. Or if you fail your roll, it will be a vulgar attempt to fit in that has completely missed the mark, because they are picky bitch rich people. Yeah. Yeah. So, you guys managed to escape the party, but how will you ever make it back to your own zone?
I'll have to trump back.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, which trumper you want to use?
So I do not want to use any of our main base trumps.
Really?
As you never know, we might be looking.
We can't. Why don't we just trump over to Amber and hang out there for a little while and see what we can find out?